I'm recording this video from a typical back street in Bangkok, Thailand, where tourists won't come and won't see. The reason I want to use this scene as a backdrop is because you can see these women that are working here all day long while their husbands also working. They are contributing to the household. They are working. They are responsible for the expenses, and they are the cause of bringing in money into the relationship. And I cannot tell you the feeling of disgust that comes over me when I hear people like Mackenzie Bezos. Women are fooling themselves and also trying to act dumb, thinking that we don't notice, and they say, oh, she was there all along when he was making all the money. Yes, she was there, exactly. It begins and ends with the word there, T-H-E-R-E. She didn't exactly contribute. She had nothing to do with creating Amazon, and whether or not she was there, Jeff Bezos would still be where he is now. And if you are, for those of women that are doubting my words, well, let's see what she does with the $45 billion that she got as a part of a divorce settlement. Let's see if she makes that grow into 200 billion, or let's see if she will just spend it doing nothing. The first thing she did was got together with some teacher, with some man who's a teacher, you know, an average Joe, immediately, right after the divorce. That is not exactly being on your way to making that money grow. No. And there are famous cases all over. Look up the divorce of the man who owned Continental Resources. He wrote famously a $975 million check and took a picture of it and published it on the internet for everyone to see as a settlement to his wife for divorce, which she rejected because she wanted more. $975 million was not enough for some 62-year-old woman. She wanted more money. See, the women in the West, which are far from these women you see in the background here, they are so spoiled and entitled and emboldened, unnecessarily raised up by these unfair, totally self-serving divorce laws which lawyers made. Don't forget, the judges are also lawyers. The judges are also went to law school, and they're just glorified judges, especially what they call a family law. And now they have this software, I don't know how many of you are aware of. There is a software that they use, so they don't even care about the particular case, who you are. There's a software called DISSO Master, D-I-S-S-O Master. This is what the judges use to basically plug in the numbers. How many years you've been married? How much does he earn? How many children do you have? Okay, this is how much he should pay you, period. And now the judge can override that. The judge can override that and award the woman even more money, such as settlements we see where he has to pay alimony, wife support, spousal support to the wife for the rest of her life, as long as she's alive, under one condition, that she doesn't get married. And she simply just won't get married, and she'll get a series of loser boyfriends. The point of this video is, when I say that divorce rape and unfair divorce laws in the West, I am not talking about these women that are working every day right along with their husbands, producing contributing to the marriage. I'm talking about the ones who are sitting at home, who just happen to be married to someone who got wealthy and worked hard, and they somehow have convinced themselves that they are entitled to half of that money. Now, in the Western divorce laws of US, it doesn't matter how much money she needs to raise the kids. It goes by how much money the man makes. So this Caddyshack wife of Tiger Woods, she got some, I don't know, several $100 million and for the kids until they're 18. astronomical amount of child support. And do you really need that much? Do you really need $3-4 million a year to raise a child, per child? No. This is what I mean by these unfair divorce laws of the West. And the only, since they don't change them, and they have no intention of changing them anytime soon, the only defense you men have, forget about prenuptial agreements, because my brother was in a prenuptial agreement that he spent $109,000 to create, and the woman told her, if you have kids, which he didn't, if you have kids, forget about it. This is not worth the paper it's written on. So the only defense you have is refuse to get married under these laws. You know, tell a woman, yeah, oh, you love me? Well, you should be able to live with me if you love me. Why do you want a marriage? You know, we're living under the same roof. Even though that's a pretty ill-advised arrangement, if you ask me. But still, if she insists on marriage, if she insists on it, then rest assured, without exception, you are just place groom here. You are just the next victim that she's found, that she wants to fulfill her own wants and needs. It's not about you. Don't let it go to your head. The biggest mistake men make is that they let it go to their head, because women are the world's best natural born marketers. So they can treat you in a way that the most sophisticated red pill guy can think that, yes, it's me. She's picked me over all of these other men. So that you let it go to your head, and your ego will destroy your senses. Your ego will make you ignore the red flags. Your ego, that you think you're so hot that she's picked you, your ego will make you go crazy, and then by the time you wake up from this stupor, it's too late. You're already in a marriage contract. Good luck getting out of it. It's like making a deal with the devil. Now, if you're with a woman that you're on equal footing, you both make the same amount of money, and she's out there also getting up in the morning and working until 5 p.m., take the money with my blessings. I'd say she deserves it. She worked right along with you. She paid half of the mortgage. She did this, she did that. You know, she didn't sit home like Mackenzie, whatever the hell her name is, you know, thinking she's actually entitled to $45 billion. I think if she was in Saudi Arabia and her husband had equal amount of money, which a lot of them have quite a bit, do you think they would get that kind of settlement? And do you think they would have that obnoxious attitude? Forget the money, but the existence of these laws and the existence of this feminism culture in the West makes these women behave in a way, an obnoxious way, that tolerating them and being around them is 1,000 times worse than any amount of financial loss that you would experience as a result of breaking up with them. It just makes them behave from the moment they wake up. You could see it in their mannerism. You could see it in the way they talk. They act like they are entitled and they are deserving of all the things that are, all the unfair laws that are behind them. So your only defense? Oh, you want to get married? Yeah, I don't think so. Go for the next guy, and you'll see how within days she'll forget about you and quickly find another person if she can. Because it's not about you. Never about you. If you're more special than Paul McCartney, Tiger Woods, Jeff Bezos, how many other examples do you need? That jerk Bill Gates. It's about the offer on the table. Never forget that. Never. It's about the offer that you bring on the table, not you as a person. All the best.